The ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games is brought to you in part by Arcade USA, the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, David Crane, the letter G, the number 14, and viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to the ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter G. G for Gran Prix by Activision Games. Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Someone very special is celebrating a birthday this weekend. RK's best girl, Kathy, is having a birthday. Yay! Happy birthday, Kathy! Anyway, let's take a look at what's in the box. I'll play the game and share some thoughts. Hey, that rhyme. That's pretty cool. I wonder if I can do that every time. I'm Dr. Seuss in it again. Anyway, let's check out what's in the box. I dig this box. This is one of the things that drew me to the game initially, was seeing this artwork on the box when I was at the game store. I love racing games, and this, I just had to get it. It's so cool. Great game by Activision, too. On the back, it just talks about the game. It was conceived and designed by David Crane, who's a really awesome game programmer on the 2600. I love the stuff he did. And you do use the joystick controller. Now, you may notice there's some shrink wrap on this. I don't know if this is a factory sealed game or a reseal. I really don't know how to tell if it's original or not. But it was sealed when I got it. So we're going to open it up. Open up the box. Open up the box. What's in the box? Okay. All right, peel off the little protective layer here. Maybe. There we go. All right. It has been freed from its celluloid prison. Open it up. And we have the instruction manual. We have the cartridge. So there's the old cartridge there. Wow. It's in really good shape. I'm thinking this is brand new. No active plaque or nothing. It's in real good shape. It's got the gray and white manual though. So it must be a later release, because I think it had a full color manual to begin with. A little fold-out instruction book here. Talks about the oil slicks you have to avoid, yes, and the crashes. The crashes definitely slow you down. Steering response. That's what's really cool about this game, is the faster you go, the more responsive your car becomes. If you go slow, it slows down in steering. That is pretty neat to have that effect in there. And of course the bridges add a whole lot of strategy to the game, trying to avoid those little boogers. Nice little thing here from David Crane, little bio. That's what I liked about Activision. They gave their programmers a lot of credit for what they did. And pretty much all the games Activision did were actually a lot of fun. Very well done. It was a great game company. Now this little here doesn't say anything about the patches I remember seeing in the full color manual. There's a patch you can get. If you beat certain courses within a certain amount of time, send in a photograph, they would send you a patch. I did have one of those patches. I've got it here somewhere. Just got to find the crazy thing. I tried to find it for this video, but I couldn't. But it's still a neat looking patch though. Pretty awesome. What else is in the box here? Well, we got the product registration. Yeah, I guess this was a brand new one, sealed. And we have the Activision 90-day limited warranty. Pretty awesome. Alright, let's plug this little bad boy in and do some Gran Prix-ing. Alright, time to play some Gran Prix. Are you ready? Let's go! I remember this game came out back in the early 80s. I was really into driving games back then. I still am now. And one of the cool things about this game that I liked was all the colors. It was a very colorful Atari 2600 game. Of course, it was done by David Crane, which, he's one of my favorite programmers on the 2600. And it is a lot of fun. Oh, until you crash. One of the things I like about the game is how the wheels look like they're turning. It's kind of cool. Oh, gotta avoid that. Oil slick. When you put on the brakes, they stop. Pretty awesome. Yeah, when this came out, I remember seeing it at the store, and I definitely wanted to get it. Well, at the time, I was doing part-time work. Oh, here comes a bridge. As a, corn detasseler. So at the time, I was saving up for my first car by detasseling corn out in the cornfields, which, whew, that is a very hot job. I burned the living daylights out of the back of my back. But anyway, I took a little bit of that money I was saving up for my car to buy this game. Oh, shoot. And I played the living daylights out of it. I still enjoy it to this day. It's actually a lot of fun to play. It's got some really great scrolling effects. And another neat thing about this game is, if you completed one of the courses within a certain amount of time, Activision would send you a patch. Of course, I was able to get the patch for the first one. I can't remember what one that was. Watkins Glen, I think? Under 35 seconds? Yeah. But I did get one of the patches back then. I got it here somewhere. I tried to find it for this video. I can't find the friggin' thing. But it's still a really cool game to play. I love this game. So much fun. Wait a minute. Let's try Watkins Glen, the very first one. That's the shortest one. See how well I do here. See if I get under 35. I probably won't, but we'll give it a try. All right, ready? And go. Willie's got to concentrate. He's driving for the gold. Whoa. Go. Oh, shoot. Oh. Ow! Well, that cost me. Come on. Oh! Well, nope, I'm not going to make it. I crashed too many times. Well, at least try to get under a minute here. Come on, go! Go, little car, go! Whoa! Go! Whoa. Oh! Right into a slick. Well, so much for that patch. Come on, finish line. Where's the finish line? Come on, get over here. Well, at least it did under a minute. Such a great game on the 2600. I've always loved this game ever since it came out. I still like to play it quite often. I'll play it on my Atari Flashback Portable when I'm sitting on the plane or at the airport waiting to go somewhere. Pretty cool game. I did have a couple runner-ups. The first runner-up, of course, was Galaxian. Anytime there was an arcade port on the 2600, I would go out and get it. I just love the arcade ports on the 2600 for some reason. Galaxian actually is pretty well done. I didn't really mind the little yellow border around the outside of the game screen. Didn't bother me a bit. The gameplay was there. I do like the auto fire option there. Yeah, I get tired of mashing that crazy little button. The old thumb ain't like it used to be. The other game that was a runner-up for the G selection was Ghostbusters by Activision. Another great game. I used to play this on my Atari 800 computer quite a bit, but also had it on my 2600. And both games are a lot of fun to play. They did a pretty good job on the 2600 with this game. I originally bought it back then. It came in a black box with the Ghostbusters logo on it. I don't have that anymore, but I did pick up the cartridge itself that has the little Ghostbusters logo. I don't really collect Atari cartridges anymore because I got the multi-carts and things like that. But I did pick this up because it was a favorite of mine. And I love the little Ghostbusters logos on this Atari cart. So this will go up on the shelf of wonders up there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. What games did you like with the letter G in the Atari 2600 library? Make some comments down below or share some vids that you've made on a game that began with the letter G on the 2600. What were your thoughts on Grand Prix? For this video, be interested to hear what your thoughts were on playing this game. Anyway, thanks for watching. Logo on the front, that was pretty awesome. I don't have it anymore. I do have the cartridge still. I think I do. Uh-oh. I've been robbed!
Where's it at? Where's Black Ghostbusters?
Oh, there it is. Hello everyone, welcome again to another episode of the ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games. Today is brought to you by the letter G